Hi, I'm Hannah. Welcome back to my channel, Mostly Paper Crafts. In today's video, I'm going to share with you the August Scrapbook and Cards Today sampler and all the cards that I made with it. Taking a look at the August 2022 SCT Sampler, we'll start with the card that's included. This always has a cute quote on it, and the word that's included here also shows up somewhere else in our sampler. And then there's a list on the back of everything that is included. So the big item that's included this month is from Honeybee Stamps. It's the diamond thin frame die. So you can see when you cut this once, you're going to get all of these different sizes of diamond frames. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then the little tiny diamond in the middle, all with one pass in the die cutting machine, so that's pretty fun. This would also be fun to emboss onto paper instead of die cutting, so I may try that out. We have the smile word die with the shadow. So this mimics what we see on the front card here. We've been getting word dies like this every month this whole year. It's been awesome. We've got some little bits and pieces. Let's see, we've got some stickers and a couple of little paper pieces. These are always fun to incorporate. Oh, and some more little stickers. That little tiger is just so cute. All right, and these are puffy stickers, both of these. Some more stickers. These are alphabet stickers, which I have not really used alphabet stickers in a while, but these are really cute. But I could figure something out with these. I missed a little piece, little rainbow in the die cuts. And then we have some paper. So there's some paper from Lawn Fawn. This is all the dots, and we've got some different colors all in that same pattern. And then when we turn it over, we've got those same colors, but in some varied stripes. So that's pretty neat. And then the other paper this month is from American Crafts. It's the Sun Chaser collection by Heidi Swap. And I believe this coordinates with all of the embellishments that were included. So we'll take a second just to look through all these cute papers. Got some hearts, some birds. Got a lot of words here. Very nice. I love this big, bold fruit pattern. I love pattern paper. I mean, the hardest part about double-sided pattern paper for me is always deciding which side I'm going to use. I like buying the packs that have multiples of each sheet, so I don't really have to choose. But I really love these samplers and just being able to play around with a whole new collection. So tons of stuff in this month's sampler, and I know I'm going to make some beautiful stuff with it. For my first card, we have fun. And I used the alphabet stickers for the word have here. Fun is one of the puffy stickers that was included. This heart die cut was included, and this little puffy sticker as well. I put this fun sticker onto a piece of the more solid bit of a pattern paper and cut around it to give it a border. We have a few strips of another sheet of the patterned paper here. Of course, this large block is also a piece of patterned paper, and I mounted that onto some black cardstock from my stash just to give it a thin frame, and then I offset it to the side a little bit. It's at a little bit of an angle on my pink card base. The final touch here was some gold pops of color, and I did use these pops of color on a few of my other cards as well. Here's my second card. This one says, "You make me smile." Again, using those alpha stickers. I used the included smile word die with its shadow. You can see we have the pops of color again here for a little bit of shimmer. It's this pops of color from scrapbook.com. These are a lot of fun to use. They come in a ton of colors, and this one is champagne. Okay, back to the card. So we have two different pieces of patterned paper. We've got a few little stickers, and I like this angle design on the card just for something a little bit different. For my third card, I liked this on the agenda tag here. more for scrapbooking than for card making, but I thought maybe I would make my own little list here for a card. So on the agenda, we have rock and roll all night and party every day. This happiness tag and these stickers were all included in the sampler, and you can see I did use the pops of color again. I used a bit of twine from my stash, as well as some foam tape to pop this up. I used an edging border die to create a little bit of interest on this block. I used a little piece of Paper Wishes Dazzles for just a tiny bit of shimmer there. Thought it went well with the shimmer on my twine and my pops of color. And if you haven't seen these thin stickers from Paper Wishes, they're called Dazzles. They are so much fun. And this is a pack that I bought that has tons of different colors in it. And there's so many in here. This was a summer themed sampler. So now we have Fun in the Sun. I've used a few different strips of patterned paper as well as a block here in the back. I've also used a full sheet of the Lawn Fawn paper here, and I will go back and add a white insert in here. This paper is 6 by 6, so the card is 3 by 6, and so the paper insert that I'll put inside will be 2.5 by 5.5, just so it has a nice border, and I'll probably actually do that in just a moment to show you. We've got more pops of color here and another strip of the Paper Wishes Dazzle for some shine down toward the bottom. I like that that mimics the foiling that we have in our Fun in the Sun sentiment there. And I did go back and put a white insert in there so that I don't forget later. All right, Fun in the Sun. And now we have a simple hello card. I've used a tiny scrap of my patterned paper and my alphabet dies. This large block is just a piece of my favorite paper that came in the sampler. And then we also have a frame around the outside, and that was done using the Lawn Fawn paper. So nothing too fancy on this card, kept it pretty simple, but it's pretty just the way it is because this was a really pretty patterned paper. I had to make a small card. So if you've seen my videos before for SCT, I like to take the 6 by 6 squares of paper and cut some of them in half and fold those halves in half to get these little 3 by 3 cards. I think they're a lot of fun to make and to send. So we've got the chill sentiments. These were part of a larger sheet of patterned paper. It had words all the way across, so I just trimmed them off to put on here. I forgot to mention I did that on this card as well. That's where I got the hoorays. And I thought that went well with the popsicle. I used my pops of color to go around a die cut circle. I just used a punch, I think, to make this little circle here. And then I used another one of my Paper Wishes Dazzles to give that a little more shine and to match those pops of color. Then on the inside, I punched a larger circle so that I can write my message on the inside, and I offset it a little just for fun. I thought that that looked fun because we have this circle here, which isn't complete because of the sentiment, and then this one's off to the other side, and it kind of goes with all the dots. Next, we have a hello card, and this hello sentiment is from a previous sampler, and I don't remember what month. It was pretty recent, but we've got the word die with its shadow. I have 3 different strips of patterned paper and a couple of my dazzles here to give that some shine. So another very simple design, but I think it has a lot of pop. I love the way the colors come together, and I definitely love this shine that I was able to create to frame it all up. You're going to notice for the rest of my cards, they all have a pretty similar look because I used all the Dots Lawn Fawn papers, and I liked them put together. And so one of the easy ways that I did that was I used this die from Pink and Maine, and you might also recognize this border here. So this die is actually 2 pieces, and this is the frame part, and then the inside here cuts your paper into stripes. So I took this and I cut 4 of my sheets of the Lawn Fawn, all the paper dots, the colors I had left, blue, green, purple, and red. And I was able to get 4 of these borders and then 4 of these rectangles with the different stripes. And then what I did is I just pieced them together to get the middles of what you're seeing on these cards here. And it was so easy to put them together. I did create rectangles that are the same size as this out of some plain white cardstock so that I could easily just line up my little bits. So I took my white cardstock that was this size and I covered it with tape runner, and then I was able to just piece one at a time to create the full effect. And it really only took me a couple minutes, less than 5 minutes, to create all 4 of these panels. So tons of fun, and I was able to get 4 cards out of that. I did it intentionally so that I would have a pattern where we were going stripes and then the dots and the stripes and the dots, and my colors are also alternating. So I took the time to make sure the pattern was to my liking. All right, so let's take a closer look at these. For this one, I used a Hello die from my stash, and then I also used our diamond frames from the included Honeybee Stamps die here. So I just used some of the ones from the middle, the smaller diamonds there. I mounted my patterned paper onto some black cardstock, put that onto a top folding note card, and there we have a simple hello card. Very similar here. I didn't use my diamond die, but the smile word and shadow is from this month's sampler. This one is just a big hello. This die is from my stash. We've got another one of those blocks in the background and one more. This time I did use my diamond frames again, and I alternated which ones I was using so that you could still see that pattern paper behind my hello. I knew I needed to make some hello cards, so that's why there are several of them in this month's video. And I also needed some birthday cards. So after I did all of these paper pieced backgrounds, I did actually have a little bit more of the All the Dots paper from Lawn Fawn. This is another one of those frames. And so I just took those scraps and I lined them up on another scrap of cardstock, trimmed them out with a die so that they were nice and straight. And then this Happy Birthday to You die is also from Lawn Fawn. So a happy birthday card and one more. Last one using up those scraps. I did another alternating pattern here. I used the Honeybee diamond frames and then an older word die from earlier this year from the SCT Sampler. It's got the nice little shadow there. This one is popped up, and a nice simple celebrate card, good for a birthday or any other celebration. Well, all right, so I was actually worried that I wasn't going to get through this entire sampler. I think it was just, I had lost some steam, but I did end up making 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This one counts as a whole card. That's 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 cards from the sampler. So I was pretty happy with that. I had just a little bit left over, so I kept everything in this bag. I've got lots of these alphabet stickers left. I don't usually use alphabet stickers, so I don't know for sure if I will hang on to these or not. You can see I have a couple more of those frames cut out. I have a couple more of my little diamonds, and then there's just a few stickers and a few little scraps here. So I used up almost everything, and I got 13 cards just from this sampler. Thank you so much for watching today. Hope you enjoyed this video. If it was inspiring to you, make sure that you're subscribed and go make something of your own. Go make something beautiful.